Wednesday, February 15th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Going to talk about our system today, a look at the weekend and early next week, and also some long-range thoughts here as the latest edition of the video rolls along. There's a look during the 5 a.m. hour up in Boone, courtesy of resortcams.com. You look below the street light there, and it's a mixture of rain and snow at this specific time. A lot of mountain spots will pick up a quick shot of snow this morning as this system is rolling on through. In Greensboro this morning, there's what it looks like. At the time I'm cutting this video, the rain is yet to arrive in Greensboro, but likely by the time you're watching this, it will have arrived. Same story down in Charlotte this morning. Temperature there in the Queen City during the 5 o'clock hour in the 50s. But the rain is coming. It'll be in and out pretty quickly, but the rain is definitely on the way. These were your highs yesterday, behaved about as expected, similar to what we had back on Monday. The Triad viewing area, mainly upper 50s and lower 60s, had some mid 50s back in the foothill areas. There were your Charlotte area high temperatures yesterday in the 60s. All right, there you go. Snow flying in parts of the North Carolina mountains in the northwestern part of the state, up into the Virginias, and then it's all rain as you get further to the south and west into eastern Tennessee, North Georgia, and down into Alabama as well. In fact, even some flashes of lightning and rumbles of thunder into North Georgia, where the air mass is a little bit warmer and a little bit more unstable. Again, this rain is inbound. It'll be moving through the Carolinas this morning. There's the high resolution modeling. You notice by 2 o'clock this afternoon, the rain's focused over in the eastern parts of the state as it's on its way out. So this will be in and out relatively quickly here through the Piedmont zones of North Carolina this morning. There's your temperatures this morning. Notice it is warmer further to the south, even some 60s on the board in Columbia, Augusta, Montgomery. Cooler air waiting in the wings again, and we'll have a pretty cold night tonight and cool day tomorrow before another big warm-up then occurs. There's your system moving through the region very, very quickly. Notice by mid-afternoon some sunshine over the western half of North Carolina and into parts of South Carolina as well, as the system departs pretty quickly. There's what Futurecast is printing out for rain totals. And I'll just show you, for instance, here's the Triad viewing area and the high resolution modeling, about a half inch or less. I think most of us in North Carolina between a quarter and a half inch of rain, maybe some localized higher totals up to 2/3 of an inch, but that's the basic idea. Now, with that sunshine briefly appearing, tricky high temperature forecast, but I think a lot of the Piedmont up into the 50s this afternoon before the colder air then settles in for tonight. Lows tonight will be into the upper 20s and lower 30s in many spots. A lot of sunshine for our Thursday, and it will be a fairly cool day. There's your highs tomorrow, but then here comes another big warm up. Friday, again, lots of sunshine. There's our Friday afternoon highs, and that warming trend then continues into the weekend. There's Saturday's numbers. We do have a weakening system that'll move through mainly Saturday nights. You can see that trough right there at that point in time. And then look at this big ridge for early next week. That'll mean a lot of highs in the 70s, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or so of next week. All right, so let me show you what's happening here on the modeling. This is the European 500 millibar chart today. Northern branch energy absorbing this piece of energy in the southern branch and pushing the system through very quickly this morning. Here comes that next piece of energy for Saturday. Not terribly intense, but maybe enough to bring a few showers, mainly Saturday evening and Saturday night. Here's what it looks like on the GFS model here as we move through time. This is today, early afternoon. There's your mountain snow, rain elsewhere. There it goes, quickly departing thereafter. All right, so here we are this evening. We get out to tomorrow. It'll be a cool and dry day. Big warm up then starts for the tail end of the week. So here's Friday. Here's Saturday. Again, maybe a few showers by Saturday evening. Not a big deal. Does not look like a very significant system at all. And then we go out to Sunday, quiet. Monday, quiet and warm. Tuesday, quiet and warm. And eventually toward Thursday, that next system arrives on the GFS. But let me show you some long-range thoughts here real quick. First of all, here is a look at the operational run of the European out at the very tail end of the run, 240 hours. And just this ridge going up into Alaska and western Canada, somewhat of a ridge trying to poke up toward Greenland. And that's going to allow some colder air to try to plunge back toward the lower 48 on the GFS operational run toward the end of its run. Now, this is all the way out at the 2nd of March, but the coldest air on the globe at 5,000 feet, at least in the northern hemisphere, has made it onto our side of the globe there, into Canada's kind of pressing into the northern part of the United States. And if you look at some of the indices, it's not great, but here's the EPO, which has been positive, kind of flooding the country with warmth, and it does trend toward negative toward the end of February. That's the European operational run. Not great on the Arctic Oscillation. If you want to see sustained cold in the east, you want this in the negative territory, and it just kind of eases toward neutral. Same deal on the GFS ensembles here. It just kind of edges toward neutral toward early March. So not great, but I do see enough indications there to think we're heading toward a colder pattern. Here's one of the tools I like in wintertime, especially Canadian Ensemble Mean. This is 5,000 foot temperatures. This is the 27th of the month, so 300 hours out. And notice finally you're getting some below average temperatures at 5,000 feet. And that's out at the 2nd of March, 3rd of March, and certainly a colder pattern over the lower 48. So I do think as we get toward the end of February and the beginning of March, we will see ourselves going to edge toward a colder pattern over parts of North America, including the eastern United States. Exactly the specifics with that, of course, though, still up in the air. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.